So who's doing the recap then?
Let Phil do this one.
Oh, great. Right. So let's see. So there was after the funeral of the crew member that you failed to save, who fell overboard. I think the main thing of note, I'm not going to go through everything because I can't bother and I can't take too long. So essentially, I think the main thing of note was the fact that it turned out the idol from the other ship has somehow made it across to this ship and has started influencing the crew and attacking anybody who tries to get close to it. I think that's a pretty much covers it, doesn't it?
More or less, yeah.
I mean, Meadows fled from the lower deck, and for some reason it hasn't followed us. It's disappeared.
Yes. So yes, after a brief, I won't call it a skirmish, but attempting to interact with it violently, it disappeared, didn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Let me get myself on the right screen now. On the wrong desktop. That's the wrong. Okay, so let's unpause that. And away we go. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Or thereabouts. So, what's everybody doing? I've tried to put counters for all the crew. All the officers have got should have names visible. The others are just generic crew, so we'll not bother giving them names. The three off to the side are the three that have been three members of crew that have been lost so far. So one of them drowned the other day, and two have, and the other two are the ones that jumped overboard.
So where is the captain?
The captain is locked in the cabin with the second mate.
Yeah. Captain's cabin.
So is she sane at the moment or not?
Is she what? Sorry.
Sane, mentally okay or not?
Well, you'd have to actually open the door to find that out, or try and communicate through the doors. So there's two crew members sort of guarding the door to the captain's cabin, and then you got the first mate and another crew member guarding the door to the officers' quarters, where there's two more crew members locked away.
Yeah.
So
they got another crew member there, and then the rest of the crew on the lower deck.
So I walk this way, as you can see, and I try to shout through the door. Is everything okay in there?
Okay, right. You raise your voice to a degree that you're pretty certain you would have been heard, but you get no response.
Mm-hmm. Non-cooperative.
I don't think they'll be cooperative until either that thing lets go of them or they manage to resist it.
So do you have any other ideas what to do?
Well, that Angus said that the only thing that brought him out of it was him stabbing himself with that dagger.
Didn't he mark out those runes on the floor as well?
Yeah. Have you come back in? Oh, there we go. Got your picture now.
I think he's on his laptop.
Yeah.
His phone were burning up, he said.
Yeah. I don't know what we're gonna have to do. What we're gonna do because there's all them below.
I will make my way over to Angus Lee, see if I can speak to him through the door.
Okay, what's everybody else doing?
I'm just watching the door.
The door to the captain's cabin.
Yeah, and just the whole main deck.
Okay,
I'm on a lookout basically. Okay.
no problem.
Is there no one steering the ship?
Currently, no.
Okay. Then
Who's the person that's supposed to be steering the ship?
I will attempt that if it's
I'll
possible.
ask and I'll just shout who's supposed to be steering the ship.
What's it? The crewmate that's nearest you says he's lashed the wheel.
Oh, right. But who is supposed to be steering the ship?
One of the crew, one of the crew was that's locked in the officers' quarters was on duty at the wheel.
Right.
I like to go to the front, whatever this thing called, and I just look forward. Do I see any obstacles in the direction we are sailing? I mean, I know it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and you can't see far, but I'm just trying to establish it. Can I see anything or not? Is
No.
stars are up?
No, it's you can. Yeah, all you can see is you can see the sea in the immediate area, but beyond that it's just black. There's no apparent obstacles in your way, which is probably unlikely in the open ocean anyway.
You never know.
No, well, no, can't be 100% certain, but no, there doesn't appear to be any immediate danger. Although if you could see something, it would probably be too late.
Okay, and are we in the open ocean? We are not near to any coast or
No,
anything?
you got open ocean.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna drop down onto the lower deck, Phil. Go to me backpack and get a dart out of my bag.
Okay.
Out of my backpack.
Okay. What's Lu Hai and Fafuk doing?
I'm waiting at the top of these stairs.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's Fafuk doing?
Well, I've gone down to the hold. I've gone down to the hold to see if I can see the statue and see if I can see it at all. I'll go back to the lower deck to see if it's doing some kind of weird thing like rising up to the deck, up to the top, maybe.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Right. Okay. So tackling, you go back to the cabin, to the door of the cabin where Angus Lee is. As you get there, you can hear him banging on the knocking on the door. He says, "What's going on? What's going on out there?"
Angus, you need to just take a deep breath. But you know the idol that was on the other ship? It seems to have made its way over here.
Oh God, no!
Now wait, calm down. What we might need to do is use your special little scribey bits and just, carve them out all over ship to try and get rid of this thing.
He says, "But I don't know. I don't remember what I did.
You're going to have to think, buddy. We've just launched a full assault on it and barely chipped it.
I don't even recognise half the things I wrote.
I could slap you into a trance if you wanted. Would that help?
Nice.
I'm not sure. Says I can't do anything locked in here.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to keep you here for the moment until I get a general consensus about what we should do with you. But I think we need you out here. So just give me 2 minutes to check with everybody else,
Says
and
you
then we'll
can't
come and
leave
get
me
you.
in here if that thing's here.
Well, can't really go anywhere else, can you? Safer in there for now. Trust me.
Okay, what are you doing?
I'm definitely not letting him out.
Okay.
But I think we should. So, but I need to go and talk to get the general get a feel for the room.
Okay, so yeah, Luhai's got just started watching the stairs there. So Fook's come back up to the lower deck. What are you doing? Looking around the lower deck, see if it's anywhere here. Did you say?
Correct.
Radio. Give us a perception roll then while you're looking around. What was Orbol doing again? Sorry.
I was using the way that Durgat had dropped down before, so I
Yep.
don't have to open the hatch,
Yep.
and then drop down to the lower deck to go to my backpack to retrieve a dart, and
Okay.
then make my way back up to the main deck.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. Yeah, okay, you do that, no problem. Nobody none of the other crew sort of get in your way or interfere. They just they're all just milling around the bottom of the stairs, waiting for the opportunity to go up onto the main deck. So for Fook, you find no sign of it.
I head back downstairs to the hold.
Have you still got dark vision?
Yeah, it lasts for 8 hours, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Long time, yeah. I'm wondering if it's as it came forward, then it rose up. So it should have been about there where I am stood, more or less. And then it might keep on going up to the main deck, maybe. No, I'll go down to the hold. That's my first instinct. I'll go down to the hold
Okay.
to see if it's gone back inside the hold section.
Number 13.
I just mentioned to Lazai that just keeping tabs on the frontier, because last time we saw it was on the deck. I don't know if it rose up to the deck or if that's where it was left, or no idea really. So just watch for it moving.
So I think it stayed on the hold level, didn't it?
On the other ship,
But move.
On this
it was
one.
it was on the main deck.
On this one.
Oh right.
Yeah, on the other on this one. This one it apparated through the whole door. But beyond that, I don't know. Basically trying to hunt it down. I want to keep eyes on it if I can.
You want to keep what? Sorry.
Says he wants to keep
Find
eyes
him.
on it.
Right. Okay. So what you're doing? You're searching the hold. So you're searching the hole then for Fook?
Yes.
I think that was a yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right, so if you give us another perception roll then, what's Tackling doing? Is Luhai just continuing to watch the stairs?
Occasionally look around on the where I stood on the lower deck.
Okie dokie. What's Tackling doing?
I will mention to Luhai that Angus Lee seems agitated, but he could be of use, and maybe not. Maybe we should let him out. Ask him what he thinks.
Yes, I think so too.
There is another thought that's just crossed my mind. I wonder if this thing's coming for him, since he was like the only survivor of that ship. Anyway, something to bear in mind. Okay, I'll go and talk to him, make sure he's calm, and see if I can get him out.
Okay. What's Cade and Obol doing?
I'm just still guarding the main deck,
Okay.
looking out for outside, people coming in or object anything. Okay,
Okie
I'm
dokie.
not looking in this thing. I'm looking for other things, just in case.
Just
I'm gonna. Oh, sorry, go on.
sorry. So just watching on. Are you still watching for beyond the ship or just on the ship?
Beyond the ship as well.
Beyond the ship
I
as
move
well.
I move around the deck, left, right. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to be alert.
Okay. And Obald?
I'm gonna go into the captain's cabin where the captain and the second mate are. Close the door behind me. And I'm
Have your wicked way with them.
just gonna stab the second mate with me dart.
What?
Stab him in the arm.
Okay, right. So you go inside. They don't. Although they try and get through the door when you open it, they're not. They're not putting up a great deal of resistance. So it's easy. It's easy to push them back.
Yeah.
And they're not behaving violently or anything.
Yeah.
Go to the second mate. Oops, well, there. That's interesting. Second mate. That's Anastas. The navigator. We could drop them down. Right, so let's another save. Right, stab her with the dart, and she gives a shriek, and like sort of jumps back from it. What's happening? What did you do that for?
With the second mate I was stabbing.
Yes.
Ah, right, okay.
She's a lady as
So-
well.
Ah, right. I'll say it's to shock you out of what the stupor that you were in. Something's come across onto the ship, and it's managed to turn most of the crew into zombies and try and get them to walk off the ship like you were.
Walk off the ship. I wasn't trying to walk off the ship. I don't remember anything about that.
Well, do you remember getting into the captain's cabin?
No. Captain,
No.
what's going on? Captain.
Well, look at the captain.
Right, she goes over to the captain and tries talking to her, and then she slaps her across the face.
Yeah, I've tried that. That didn't work. The only thing I could think of was to cause a bit of physical pain. Because a crew member we brought from the other ship mentioned that when he was
Yes, I
getting
remember.
taken over, a bit of physical pain brought him out of it, so I was hoping it'd do the same to you two. And with that, I'll stab the captain in the arm.
Okay.
Mm.
No, it has no effect. Why is for food rolling?
Damn it.
You asked me to search.
Yes. No, it's because I had you selected, so that it said you were it were attaching my rolls to your character.
Oh.
So, well, it doesn't seem as though it's worked this time for some reason with the captain. I don't really want to keep on stabbing her.
No, that doesn't sound like a good idea.
But at least you're conscious now. Maybe you can go out and help the others.
Yes,
I'll
yes, of
keep-
course, yes.
I'll keep the captain back.
Right, she goes out. She goes out on deck and starts shouting at the crew, at the few crew that are actually behaving rationally. And,
Oh, I'll move yourself in there, Vanna.
and then she goes over and starts talking with Durgat.
I'll close the door behind her
Okay.
and I'll stab the captain one more time.
Evil.
I'm not doing this as full damage. I'm only doing it so it's just like a little bit more than a pinprick. So it manages
Yeah.
to make a cut, but it's not going to cause them to bleed out and that sort of thing.
Sadist.
Okay. It doesn't appear to have any effect.
She's going to end up a porcupine.
Chinese acupuncture. You can learn, medicine doing this.
Mm. Well, that's the point. Is there any? If I use my medicine, could I figure out a way to try and bring them out of this without stabbing them
You could
and causing
try.
them physical
You
harm?
could try.
I'll do that then. I'll
If,
try medicine.
Yeah, you could try, but if it's whether that's possible or not, whether it's medical.
Yeah.
Okay, you can make a medicine check. Meanwhile, so tackling, you go back to Angus Lee's cabin.
I'll just mention to him that I'm going to let him out, or I'm going to try and let him out, and that he's not to start freaking out or causing a hassle.
Okay.
We don't know where the idol is, but we might need your expertise
Okay.
if you can
Sorry, go on.
summon him up.
Right.
If you can like delve into his memory.
Just out of interest, Phil, would
Yeah.
they have noticed me coming down this other way into the hold,
Would who have noticed you?
like Lou High or tackling?
Well, Lou High at least, and probably tackling. Yeah.
So they'll realise that the hatch isn't the only way out.
Yes, I would assume so.
I just wasn't sure if they'd realised or not yet.
I think they just keep an eye on things down here. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the door is locked, of course.
Coat's got the key.
Who has?
Captain's got the key.
Yeah, he hands it back, doesn't he, when he's...
Yeah.
Best go and try and get this key then.
Okay. Is anybody else doing anything? I know what Fafook's
Nope.
doing. Radio. Okay, so presumably you climb up through the hatch on the starboard side.
Obold. The obold used.
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I okay to just make my way into Captain's chamber?
You just move to second mate out next to Durgat.
Oh yeah. Do-do-do. Work? Oh, yes it does.
I'll just explain to Obold what we're doing. It might be a good idea to Angus Lee out.
Yeah, well, I managed to
Captain.
revive the second mate by giving him a sharp shock with a little bit of a stab from one of my darts. But the captain seems immune to it for some reason.
Can we swipe the key while she's still?
I would imagine so. It'll just be on a belt or something, I would imagine, or somewhere in a cabin.
Do we need to find it? Phil?
You'll need to find it if you want to use it. Yeah. So
Okay.
just make a. Well, we're going to check. You're going to check. Are you going to check her over, or are you going to search the cabin?
Both. I'll check her over first. That seems like the
That's-
most likely place.
I was going to say I'll check her over if you want while you search the cabin.
Yeah, okay,
Cuts down
fine.
time.
Yeah, we'll split it in two then.
Oh, okay, right. You find it quite easily. It's on. It's just on a thong around her neck.
I'll hand it off to Tackley then.
Okay, right. For Fook, you sort of carefully search the hold, pulling aside crates and barrels as you go, and working towards the back of the ship. You pull open the doors on the rear hold, and are confronted by the idol. Or come face to face with it.
Rear
Probably
of the ship.
the rear where your token is. The rear hold.
I immediately skip out backwards. Leave the door open. Can I keep sight on it while I back away outside
Yeah,
of like 30-foot range? Because I've realised it's obviously got this. It's got this range of influence that I want to
Blast.
try and stay out of. Don't know what it's doing, so I want to be 30 foot back.
Okay. So that'd be
And then I call up
5,
to
10,
keeping-
15, 20, 25. So 30 would be there, I think.
But I can still see it through the open door.
Yeah, if you yeah.
I yell up to the rest. I can see it. It's in the rear hold.
So if you're on the lower deck, you can make a perception roll to see if you can hear Fook. So that's pretty much Luhai.
A perception check.
Yes. No, you don't hear him. Not that Fook knows that. Okay, what you doing for Fook?
Not doing anything.
Okay. Okay, the idol doesn't do anything either. It just sits there.
Asking, so, because I wanted to make a dex save versus 15, please.
What, on the idol? Okay. Yep. It saves. Doesn't actually move, but it saves. Not quite sure how that works, but there you go.
Sacred flame again. See if I can.
It rocks forward slightly.
I'll try and hit it a few times. And hit it a few times with sacred flame to see if it does anything.
Okay. Okay, so second attempt. It somehow it misses again. As if it's able to influence it.
I'm most impressed. And I have another go.
Okay. Another dex save. Okay, right. This time it strikes it. It's enveloped in the column of fire, sacred fire.
If it causes damage,
Yep.
it'll be 12 sacred flame damage. Does it seem to react at all?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't seem to. There's no visible reaction to it. No.
Because it's been 3 rounds now. No one's come down or reacted to me yelling, so I yell again. It's down here in the rear hold.
Although it does, as you shout again, it starts to drift forward towards you.
You've got its attention.
I scuttle up the steps while trying to keep an eye on it.
Okay, so meanwhile, so you got retrieve the key from the captain.
I will make my way back towards Angus.
Okay.
Can I pass Olwen just as I'm going?
Yep. Alwyn's up on deck apparently.
Yep. I'll just ask him if he's come across anything like this, or does he have any idea what we should be doing right now?
So it says I've been pondering on what the sailor said. I think perhaps a cleric might be of some use. Maybe if we it's obviously some kind of protection. Maybe if the cleric can put up some protection against evil, but either around to protect us, or possibly turn it on the idol and surround the idol with it. That might contain it.
I'm going down there now, so I will pass on this
That's not
information.
how that spell works anymore. That's not how that spell works anymore.
Is it not? Well, it might do.
No,
Clock.
it's become crap. Protection from
Evil and good.
on one creature. And the willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures.
Wow.
And it's 10 minutes. 10 minutes. So I have never ever bothered to learn it because it is so close to pointless. I can't even talk about it.
He stops that person being able to be possessed as well.
One person.
Yeah, just a single person. It's not a radius effect anymore, is it?
Oh.
I have to concentrate on it for the 10 minutes it lasts.
That's weird, isn't it? Because there's other protection spells as well, and they
Yeah.
work like the old way.
Protection from poison is
Like
touch
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, like protection from beasts. Using an action encloses you in an invisible barrier that extends from you and forms a 5-foot radius, 10-foot high cylinder for 5 minutes. The barrier prevents beasts from entering or affecting. That's why have this kept them the same and changed that?
Sorry, where do you see protection from beasts? It's not in the player's handbook.
Oh no, it's not in the player's handbook. No.
It's in the Dungeon Master's Guide. It's,
Yeah.
Have a look on 5e.
So yeah, basically all the other protection spells work well. Similar protection spells work like they used to do.
Well, I'm going to say that all those, though, are items. The scrolls.
Yeah, I know,
When you look under spells, all the spells are touch only.
yeah. But
From energy, poison, ballistics, and evil and good are
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
touch.
I know these lists are just on scrolls, but they do come from spells. So, but anyway,
Like I said, it's so close to pointless. I've never bothered. But which one of the 20 crew shall I protect for 10 minutes?
so okay, I shall rephrase what Elwyn says then. Olwyn sort of theorizes that.
Well, no, actually, full. If you all want to be like totally not knowing cleric stuff, then yeah, great. That's the suggestion. But I'll tell him it's full of shit when I see him next.
So perhaps casting it upon the deity, the idol might have some effect.
So we're assuming that the idol is evil then.
Creature.
Well, it's not a Sunday school teacher.
Cast
That's
on
for
the
sure.
willing creature. spell on the willing creature. That's the statue that's trying to kill us all.
Yep, I know what it says.
Await with bated breath for Alwyn's insights.
I will make my way towards downwards then.
Okay. So is Cade and Allball doing anything different?
Oh, how are checking out the captain because I made that medicine roll.
Oh yeah, sorry. What's Cade doing?
Did I hear this call from below deck?
No. No.
Okay, then I'm just doing what I have been doing.
Okay. You can make a perception roll while you're doing that, and no, so you don't find any medicinal way of bringing the captain out of this trance. It doesn't appear to be medical.
I'll try one more stab then.
You know, that perception roll, was that to me?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, very
Ooh,
good.
Oh,
nice.
wow.
Okay, right. Go. So it was another stab, wasn't it? Another
Yeah.
stab. No, there's no effect.
Yeah.
So, Cade, you overhear snippets of a conversation between Durgat and the second mate. They seem to be talking about Angus Lee, the sailor from the other ship.
And what?
Well, if you get close, you might be able to hear a bit more what they're saying.
Listen, as I said, I've been walking around the deck, left, right, front, so I'm just walking nearby and
Okay.
pretending to look out, being on lookout.
Okay, right. You don't hear every last word, but you get the general gist of the conversation. They suspect that he may be responsible for this. Durgat, in particular, is suspects that Angus Lee is responsible. They've brought this curse onto the ship, and they're considering throwing him overboard.
Okay, so I walk away, so they don't notice that I heard this, and I share, what I heard with my, fellow adventurers.
Well, Obold's the closest one.
Yeah, so I walk to Obold. But I'm whispering, I'm not shouting, and I'm not trying to raise attention.
Well,
okay?
he's in the cabin with the captain anyway, so you'll be going over there. We'll stick over there.
Yeah, I'm going there. And do I see my master anywhere near to me?
Yes, so he's here. He's stood at the side of the ship, kind of.
Okay, I ask. Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, go on. No, you're all right.
I ask him if he knows a spell called Resilient Spare.
He tells you that unfortunately his repertoire of spells is incredibly limited at the moment until he's able to recover one of his other books.
Okay, because we could try to throw
Kate,
this.
Kate, have you not loaned your mentor your spell book so he could learn his spells off you?
I
You
know,
selfish little halfling.
I don't have this spell. It's a level 4 spell, but it's a solution to enclose something, and which nothing comes
You've
through.
not taught your master Fireball, at least.
No. So basically, with that spell, you can enclose something, an object, a creature. Nothing comes through. No effects, no spell, and we can carry it and throw it overboard. It lasts only for a minute, but it could be done. But unfortunately, he doesn't know, and I'm not high level enough yet. So apart from this, I have nothing as idea.
No, the spell books that are retrieved from that dimensional pocket just had some sort of very basic low-level spells.
See, that's an idea. Why can't we stick that idle in a dimensional pocket? See you later.
Nice.
I obviously wait to relay this information to everybody.
Right. Anyway,
Sorry for interrupting.
so yeah. Talking of which, tackling, you return downstairs, and you're going to go and unlock Angus's door, are you?
I'm going to go see for Fook first.
Oh, you're going to go and see for Fook first.
Yeah,
Okay.
just relay what Alwyn said.
Okay. Right. So, right, you find Fafook sort of not really cowering on the lower deck, and drift. And also you see the idol.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Oh, it's invisible. It's not now.
Is it moving?
It's just spinning around Exorcist style.
Yeah. So it's coming towards you.
Yeah. I just
I sort of head upstairs to, with Tacklin just to keep tabs on it while Tacklin tells me Alwyn's suggestion.
yes.
Okay. So you two are retreating back upstairs.
Like, can I just keep my head like stuck down just so I can watch what it's doing? Whether
Yep,
it just like goes
yep,
past
yep.
the stair, if it's just like patrolling the hold, or is it actually coming up after us, or what's it doing? I want to keep eyes on it as much as possible.
Okay, no problem. Right, what's somebody else doing? Is
Well,
Lou hiding?
Tacklin's message. Sorry.
Okay, I have further question to my master. Does he know magic missile spell? I mean, it's a basic level 1 spell.
Let me see. I've got his.
I mean, I know it, so I mean, if
Have
he
you
needed
seriously not been helping your master replenish his spellbook from your spellbook?
Unfortunately, I was, trying to learn my spells. I don't know what he did in the meantime.
This
I
little
mean,
halfling. Honestly,
Greedy little hobbit.
didn't you?
After Cade's told me about what he's overheard Durgat and the second mate saying, my recommendation would be to go down and tell the others.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Let's get an handle on where everybody is and what they're doing. So you're talking. Cade and Obald are discussing that in the captain's cabin at the moment. Luhai, and Tackling are on the lower deck. For Fuchs, sort of on the stairs between the lower deck and the hold. Olwyn is sort of deep in thought on the main deck.
Okay.
So what is Luhai doing? Is Luhai doing anything?
Question here.
Just waiting there. What's Tackling doing?
I am. Sorry, one question. All these people that's in the lower deck with us, were they knocked out by Olwen?
They are all asleep. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Right. So I'll tiptoe across and make my way towards Angus Lee.
Okay. Okay. So for folk, the statue keeps drifting towards where you are hiding on the stairs.
I'll watch it.
So, can we start moving down below deck? I ask Obol to come with me. We need to alert them what I heard. And also I ask my master to come with us. And on the way I ask him, do you know the spell Magic Missile?
Okay.
I'm going to stay up here because I need to try and wake up the captain.
Oh, okay, then I go on my own.
Okay, right. Alwyn. So yeah, if you go that way and says Alwyn says yes, he has got magic missile, but all the spells he's got are all low level, mainly utility spells. I can't find his actual spell list at the moment. I have got it from somewhere.
It's okay, but does he know Magic Missile? Yes or
That
no?
is yes. So he has got the magic.
And can he cast it on a higher level?
Yes, he can cast it.
Okay, my idea is if we start bombarding this statue with magic missile Yumi, that's all of them are auto hits. I don't know, we can do like 50 points of damage. Would that destroy this thing in your opinion? Yes or no?
So long as it doesn't retaliate.
I don't know, do you have any better ideas?
Not as yet, no. I'm a bit limited with what I can do. This is why I was suggesting maybe I could use some kind of protection spell to contain it. I mean, your suggestion of earlier suggestion would have been great if I had access to my spell book.
Okay, and I don't know that spell, so
No.
and I have no other protection spells. Anything, nothing. I can talk to it. That's all.
Okay, so for Fook, where you are, the idol sort of is level with you, and then it starts levitating up towards the ceiling and through the floor, or through the floor into the lower deck. So Luhai, you can see it. Meanwhile, tackling, you unlock the door to Angus Lee's cabin. As you do so, the door bursts open and Angus Lee runs out.
I'll try and grapple him. Grapple him.
It's a special move, is it, grappling?
Yeah. It's still before Watershed. I can't tell you about it until after Watershed.
Okay then, so I'll have a contested dex roll then.
Track sheet on here. Just a straight dex roll.
Yeah.
Do
you?
I? Yeah. I don't know if I get I think an ability it gives me a bit advantage on dexterity checks. Alright. What's it called?
Preternatural sense.
Danger sense.
Danger sense, no, don't count for this.
No.
That's for ambushes and traps, isn't it?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, sure. So let's just dex check. Yeah. Ability check. Cool. Normal.
Oh, nice roll.
Okay, right. He scoots past you, but you manage to grab his arm and pull him back. Just let go of it. We've got to get off the ship.
You're not going anywhere, sunshine.
Right. So then you see drifting. Well, Luhai sees it, and you see it, and Angus sees it. The idol appears and starts drifting towards Angus. And he immediately starts screaming very loudly and thrashing around, panicking, trying to get away from you.
I mean, I already had the inkling that this thing was related to him somehow. I'll be honest with you, I don't want it anywhere near me. So, putting two and two together, I'm just going to let him go.
Right. So Durgat and the second mate drop down into the hold, into the lower deck.
I'm going to take a step back and around this corner.
Okay. Right.
Just
So
peek out.
what's Luhai doing? What's for
if
Fook doing?
It's drifting past me. I'll have a go at hitting it. I'll strike it.
Okay. Go ahead then.
Oh, do you want some kind of initiative or anything? Or?
No, just a hit roll.
All right.
Excuse me.
Oh dear.
Oh wow!
Hang on. Am I closer than
No,
30
not
feet?
there yet. No.
That's a nice start.
You'll be on your way though, but not there yet.
That's okay. I'm just asking. That's all.
Yeah. Okay, right. You swing wildly at it and punch one of the unconscious sailors, waking him up. And he staggers to his feet and resumes his attempts to get up onto the main deck.
If he strikes him, don't he roll for damage?
No, just a glancing blow, just didn't hit him full on. Otherwise,
Yeah,
he probably
he won't attack it as me attack, will he?
right, so yeah, what's the Fook doing?
Processing what Olwen said, realizing protection. A, I didn't have it prepared, and B, I don't think it would have been appropriate. But I do remember holding off some demons trying to come through a gate in Brundenford using Channel Divinity. It was a very strange usage of the, but it appeared to fend off evil. The same thing. I'm going to try and Channel Divinity aimed at the statue to see if it has any kind of effect on it.
Okay. Right, you can do that. Right. So at the same time, Angus sort of dashes to one side, trying to run past Durgat and the second mate. But they try and intercept him. Oh, what the hell? No. Yeah, let's deselect that. And one. And Durgat grabs hold of Angus as he tries to run past. You're coming with us. We're getting you off this ship. You brought this curse on us. And at the same time, right, God, not that. Right, at the same time, Angus is hit by some invisible force, which knocks him and Durgat, who's got hold of him, into a stack of crates behind them. Right, so what's everybody doing? So let's see, we got to thing. Let's have some initiatives now, I think. God, there's that many things on here, I can't see who's...
Casting time 11 minutes. Is it possible I cast Identify, and in the last round I run to the statue and touch it to learn what it does, how we can defeat it or get rid of it? Is that possible or not?
How long does it take to cast that?
11 minutes.
No.
11 minutes.
No.
Yeah,
You can cast it in a minute if you cast it as a spell.
Okay, so how about if I cast it as a spell?
It'll still take a minute, so if you want to step aside for a minute, then I guess.
Okay.
I've already done it.
You done this already?
Yeah, he has.
Okay, then it's a bad idea then. Alright, no worries, thank you.
I need to add in the idle.
I'll point out I did it before I was levitating about throwing people.
Okay, so some PCs, slide PCs, boop. Oh, so you can roll some initiatives on the combat tracker.
22.
22, I know. Wow.
All of us roll
Oh.
shit apart from Lee, who rolls a nat 20.
Just,
28.
One extreme to other, mate.
I get that before.
Go on, Lazai, stun it.
I'm trying. Attack it again then, Phil.
Okay.
Uh, off. Here we go again.
You're on a proper swing today, aren't you?
Wow. That missed.
Yes, wow, indeed. An attack.
Yep.
Awesome.
These dice rolls are silly. They're being silly.
I think you've just got a low or a high on setting on your dice at the minute.
Okay, right, you strike it. Well, you're eating it with your fist, I presume.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rage, critical hit.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
There you go. It should. It does. It works out the critical. If you look, it works out the criticals properly now. Look, so it gives you a maximum die roll on 1.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So 16 points of damage. Okay.
It's a stunning strike, Phil.
Okay. It does not stun. It does not appear to have any effect.
Ooh.
Whether you've damaged, you can't tell if you've damaged it or not. You punched it, but it does not. Yeah, it doesn't stun it.
I'll attack one with a bonus attack then.
Okay. Okay, that's a hit.
Nice.
11.
Nice.
Okay, right. Now it stops and sort
Didn't
of
like that.
it rotates to face you.
You now have its undivided attention after giving it 27 points of damage.
Get like that.
Okay, right. Suddenly you feel an intense feeling of pressure crushing down on you from all sides. All your attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks are now at disadvantage. It then targets you with a blast of psychic energy. Come on, work. Why are you not working? There we go. Okay, striking you. And yeah. Let's break this down. Right, for 27 points of damage. 11 psychic damage, and the rest is bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
27.
Tit for tat.
27. And it knocks you back unless you make an intelligence save.
It says saving throws are at disadvantage
They
as
are
well.
disadvantage, yes.
Mm. $11.
Okay, right, yeah, so it knocks you... It's failed by... So it knocks you back about 10 feet. You go flying back 10 feet.
Hey, bit of movement.
Yep.
Street back up the stairs to the next
Okay.
deck.
Okay. So, well, you can't get up the stairs there.
It's go up through the hatch.
Yeah, you can climb up through the hatch onto the main deck if you want.
I came downstairs from here, though, didn't I?
Yeah, you can go downstairs. Yeah, you're going downstairs then.
Oh
Okay.
no, I mean I came from upstairs into from. All right.
No.
Yeah.
It's not the same deck.
I can get downstairs, can't I?
Yep, you can get downstairs. Yep.
I'll do that.
Okay, so next it, but it is it can go acted anyway. So, well, actually, you can't go yet because that's after it's attacked. So you're there. So then it attacked, which it's done, and then it moves forward. So it moves forward toward Angus, and then it's Durgat's go. What is Durgat going to do? Right, so yeah, so Durgat drags Angus towards the stairs. So it's going to be like full move. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, so basically Durgat drags Angus to the top of the steps below the hatch to the main deck. And the second mate goes with him, helping him drag Angus. And then it's tackling. Oh, so Angus is over there. Let's just move him over there now. I'll wait for a minute.
Can I see any? Just while I'm looking in Angus's room, can I see if he's been scrolling around or anything, or if there's left anything lying around?
So there's not much light in here. There's only a very dim light from an oil lamp, and no, he's not been like repeating,
Previous encounters.
Yeah, he's not been scrolling runes or anything on the protective symbols or anything on the walls or the floors of his cabin now. Which seems strange because if you think you'd think he would do if he knew how to.
So, from what Alwyn said, he was under the impression that this thing was evil, and we were trying to cast some kind of good or holy magic against it. I have a vial of holy water.
Oh.
I'm gonna smash it over idle. See what
Okay.
happens.
What, you're going to run up to it and hit it and like sort of smash it with your hand, or you're going to throw it at it?
I think either way it's a ranged check. So.
No, if you want to smash it with it in your hand, if you want to like have it in your hand and smash it on it, like then you could do it as a melee attack, an improvised weapon.
I get 1d4 with that as well.
It might do a little bit of damage to your hand from the broken glass, but
Yeah, but I'm pretty much guaranteed to hit it. Well, if I hit it, then it's it's a melee strike into it as opposed to throwing it. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that then. Will move to hit it with the vial of holy water.
Okay.
So you want to attack roll?
Yes. It's improvised weapons, so it's what's improvised weapons now? It's probably something stupid like improvised weapons. Weapon treated
So normally improvised weapons would be without proficiency,
Yeah.
but he's got tavern brawler.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, there you go then. Should have said that. I wouldn't have bothered wasting my time looking that up.
I pasted it because I wasn't sure if it actually meant anything.
All right, I did. I was on a different screen. So yes, no, yeah, go on. Yeah, that's fine then. So you get your proficiency bonus.
So if I do, there's a button here that says standard roll. I'm going to try it just to see what happens. Nothing. Oh, it's just pasted it in again.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just going to be
Just a normal attack
Roll.
roll.
Yeah,
one
standard.
1d20 1d20 plus 3.
Plus your proficiency.
Yeah, that's plus 3.
And then whatever you
And we
use for your attacks, your strength.
Yeah. So roll 1d20 plus 6 plus 3.
Okay, yep. Bam! You smash this vial of holy water over the idol. Take a point of damage as the glass cuts your hand.
Okay. There is something else that mentions in the holy water though. It says if it's a fiend or undead, then it takes 2d6 of damage.
Okay.
Is it fiend?
Well, I'm not
Or
going to
would I know?
You wouldn't know, not from
No.
hitting it. No, I'm
Okay.
certainly not going to tell you that. Okay, right. You smash it on it, and the holy water runs down it. Whether it's had any effect or not, you do not know. There's no
Okay.
obvious sign of it doing anything.
So that was 5, 10, 15.
15.
I've got 15 worth of movement left. No, 35 I think my movement, isn't it? Yeah. So I will, after striking it, I will...
Another attack option as well.
You see, have I? Right, well, I was thinking this what I was going to try.
You've got 2 attacks per round, haven't you?
Alright then, okay, cool. Then I will cast Shape Water and envelop it in the holy water that I've just smashed everywhere.
That's a different action though, isn't it? Is it?
Yeah, that's not an attack action. That's an action.
Okay, fine, then I can't do that at this moment in time. But I will hit it then. Normal. What happened last time?
And the amount of water, just as a side note, the amount of water that would have been in that would have been minimal.
It's not big though, is it? It's only...
What, the statue? It's about the size of a small child.
Alright, okay.
I mean,
So about the size of Cade.
Yeah.
Right, if I've still got an action then not left, I might as well try and hit it.
Okay.
It's using psychic attack, isn't it? So...
It is. Psychic and its attack is psychic that does psychic damage and also bludgeoning damage because it's like a force attack.
Okay, I will go into rage then before this one.
Okay.
Yep, he's built it. So I'm now in rage and I will hit it with Beaver. Select it first. Where's it? So I will select the totem and hit attack.
Okay, that's a hit. Strike it with your sword.
And the damage.
Keep asking. It's not an actual magic weapon, is it?
No.
No,
it
it's
doesn't.
the one that's keen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not +1. Oh, actually, what did I roll then? 17.
So it would have been. Yeah, it would have been 23.
Yeah. It's
No,
still a hit.
it would have been crit on 19, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Why has it done +1?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I'll mess with it. I didn't realise it had done that. And I forgot what rage does. It's been that long since I used it.
Advance your strength check, strength saving throw, +2 bonus to damage roll. This
Yeah,
increases
so,
your
yeah.
level.
+2 to damage then, ain't it? So
So
it'd be
that's 8.
8
Yeah.
points of damage. I think so. Right, so.
Or is it 7? Because it's got another +1 on there.
+1 from.
It'll be in the characteristics on Eager Beaver. It'll have a +1 on it somewhere.
I'm
Doesn't
sure
the damage halved anyway? Because it's a slashing weapon, isn't it?
Possibly so,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So,
I was. But we don't know that, do we?
Okay. Right, your sword clangs against the stone of the idol, sending up a few sparks.
Now we can move.
Yeah, now I'm going to maybe on my own, but I don't think it. Right, I will move 5, 10, 15. I'll move here at it where.
Okay. Righto, so next to act then is Furfook.
Channeling divinity, has anything happened? Does it appear to have any effect on the statue?
Okay, so no, it does not.
Well done.
It's disappointed. I've been doing this now for a round, so I'll try and concentrate one more round with channel divinity. Maybe it's something that takes a round to work, but in the meantime, could it make a save of 15 dex please?
Okay. Yes, it can. So the column of divine flame misses it.
And then I'm going to attack it with a spiritual weapon.
Okay. The attack misses.
Dildo with wings in the air, attempting to strike the statue.
Flops around ineffectively.
Yeah, needs to concentrate before it can work properly.
Okay, that it then. It's so it's Obol next then.
Well, I don't know what's going off downstairs, so
No, not necessarily no.
I'll try one last stab at this captain, literally.
Okay.
Hell, Kieran.
Oh God, stop rolling for other people. Okay. Right, it appears to have no effect. So next to act is Cade.
Yeah.
Cade
You're
Norwin,
obsessed.
who,
Obsessed with stabbing that captain.
right, so Cade Nolwyn, you're sort of on the verge of like dropping down through this hatch into the lower deck. Of course, you can hear and possibly see, hear all the commotion going off and possibly see some of what's unfolding.
So I'm heading down.
Okay.
I will ask my master to keep following me. And once, I mean, I know there's a combat going downstairs.
Yep.
Once I see this thing, I like to fire a bolt against it.
Okay.
I was thinking you're going to say fireball.
No,
You say that.
I
Me
wish I
too.
could. I wish I could do that, you know. But unfortunately, the ship is made from wood, so it's not a good idea. It does a 14 hit.
I think it must.
Does a 14 hit? It does not. It does not.
Okay, and I look at my master.
Or at least it doesn't damage it, but it doesn't. So it hits it, but it doesn't do anything.
Okay, I look at my master. It's your turn now.
Okay, I'm going to see what. Can't remember what spell slots he's got. I can't find his stupid character sheet. Let's have a look. Where are we? Vizard. Yes.
Send me the character sheet and I run it.
I haven't got. That's what I mean. I can't find the character sheet. Right. So. Okay. So. Oops, I can't spell. Okay, so okay, right. So Olwyn unleashes a volley of darts, of magical darts at the idol. Is that right? No, that's not right. Good grief! Hold on a minute. That's right. What am I talking about? Okay. Making him too good there. Right. Right, as the bolts of magical energy strike the idol, cracks begin to appear on its surface.
How many darts did I see leaving my master's finger?
5.
Okay. Thank you. That's a start.
Okay, and that's it. So it's next round. So reset initiative. Roll for NPCs. Oops, no, I didn't roll. Why did I not roll? Roll for NPCs. There we go.
24 coming up, Lee.
You got 23.
Yeah.
The shit is roll 21.
Fucking hell.
Apart from your dex modifier, are you adding proficiency bonus as well to your initiative, or how does it work?
Oh, you asking?
And then
Sorry.
it rolls for me.
All of you. I'm
Oh.
asking all of you. So, because when you are rolling, you have like +3. I have only once that number, so I guess I'm missing something. So how does your initiative work?
Yeah, we
modifier?
use Dex plus proficiency.
Oh, okay, so proficiency bonus. So mine is +3 then. So it's 8. My initiative is 8.
Okay, we can adjust that.
Okay, thank you guys.
Character sheet in Foundry, you have to tweak the initiative. You can actually edit that field.
Okay, I'm using D&D Beyond character sheet because I'm not a friend of the Foundry one. It's just not good enough. That's the only thing I need to modify it on D&D Beyond somehow.
Okay, so that everybody, right?
Yes,
so
if you can modify your character.
so first one then is Obald.
I've stabbed her enough. I'm gonna go outside and shut the door, leave them guarding it.
Okay. Okay, right. They're not. They're no longer there. They're stood. That's, no, oh dear. They're stood over by this hatch.
All right. There's no one else on deck either, is there?
Yeah, well, there's these two. These are also stood over by this hatch watching what's going off down the hatch.
Oh, I'll just shout what's going on.
So there's some kind of fight going off downstairs. I think there's the idol's reappeared.
Yeah. I'll what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Right,
So that'll be 30.
can hear Durgat shouting, "Open the hatch! Open the hatch!" And one of these sailors is turns to go and unbolt the hatch.
I thought it'd be open already, wouldn't it?
Not that one. The one to the stairs.
Ah, right. Okay. Well, if I drop down, that would be 30, 35, 40.
Let me hide some of these sailors. Kind of.
I was going to say, I'll leave me where I am for the moment, and then I'll move myself after you've hidden whoever you need to hide.
Well, I'm just going to move them off the map because they're just.
I was just going to say, just move them into the sea. They'll be there soon anyway.
There's no point in being there at the minute. Oh, Durgat.
Getting rid of my cover though, Phil.
Your meat shields.
Yeah.
What is that? I can't tell you what that is. That's common. Coat, we'll leave him there. Move him out. I'll put him on that side. That one as well. So we got second mate. Yep. Okay. So what's all doing?
Right, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That would bring me to 30, 35, 40. Well, I'll drop down here.
Okay.
And I'm assuming. Oh, why have you moved me there?
I didn't
So,
Woo.
Joining them.
why are you moving me? Right, so that would be 30 anyway.
Okay.
And if I see that thing, I'll move towards it.
Okay.
Stop moving me about.
I'm not moving. I'm touching you.
Yeah, you are. You're
It's
spinning
not-
me
it's not
around
me.
like a top.
It's not me. That.
Well, it's not me.
Is it glitching or something?
It must be glitching. Somebody else is doing that, I think.
And I'll hit it, Phil.
Okay.
Hands. Hear my hands. It's not me.
I'm trying to do it to you, but I can't. I can barely move me on.
So, attack. It's 19 to hit.
19.
One.
That's a hit.
Might just do it as well, though.
Weird.
Bit area effect.
6
So-
points of damage.
6, and your count as magical strikes, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Second attack. $16.
Right. That you hit it, but it's ineffective.
Okay. And bonus attack. Ooh.
Oh, headbutt! Smash you!
Ooh.
You smash your face onto the idol.
See if this works properly. It hasn't. It's
Oh,
only rolled 2d6.
oh, that's weird.
Hang on, I'll roll another d6.
Oh, because of your.
Oh, I roll 1. So I got
Right, still, but it has
12,
done the maximum.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, right, you smash your face into the idol. possibly cracking your nose, but in the process, a large crack appears where you struck it, and it quickly spreads, and it shatters into like hundreds of tiny pieces.
I'll rub my face in
Well
pain.
done.
About goddamn time.
Taken out with a head cut.
Says lose high, gross, disgruntled.
Do
Right.
we stop spinning now?
Just imagine lose high in the corner.
Why can't I delete that? There we go. Oh, God.
Yeah,
Right.
fine.
Okay, as these pieces of it clatter to the floor, all of the crew start to come to the senses. Well, apart from them, they're asleep on the floor.
I got my bag, and I tried to pick up the pieces.
Okay.
I was going to say, I think people might be better off just shoveling all the pieces together and then throwing them off into the sea, to be
Yeah,
honest.
that's what I was gonna do, but I was not gonna throw them together. I was gonna throw them bit by bit.
And I'm going to make my way up to the captain.
Okay, right. As it shatters, as this happens as well, Durgat sort of like looks on, sort of releases his grip or slackens his grip on Angus, who pulls himself free. And says, "Get off me! Get off me! What are you doing?"
So what's going on? I would try to move myself, but it keeps on flicking round all the time.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll just delete the token and put it back on again. Can't delete it. Wow, that's weird.
Nicely done, Obold.
Gone.
It's gone.
Still caught it though.
There we go.
Spraying.
Feeling seasick before, I definitely am now.
Shay. England to toss the pieces into the ocean.
Yeah, but we don't. We don't.
Can I interject?
Yes.
Isn't it like a sea idol? Do we really want to be chucking it back into water?
No, what my plan was, how many pieces are there, Phil?
Oh God, hundreds,
Thousands.
loads. It just shattered into loads of tiny pieces.
I've got no control over my token, Phil. Every time I try to move it, it just snaps back to where it's been placed.
I had to reload application.
Oh, I'll just try that.
So how about if we, drop some of the pieces in the ocean, while we sail, we burn some of it.
If we're going to burn some of it, we might as well burn all of it. I think it's a bad idea putting what is essentially a sea,
Okay, let's burn all of it then.
if it's possible.
Yeah.
We need about 2,000 degrees Celsius to melt stone.
Fireball.
It's not that hot. It's also
Well, I get-
instantaneous.
Yeah. You need it,
You need a
and
forge.
you need a bit of a flue and a bit of good airflow. Pretty much. But keep the pieces till we get to a blacksmith on the shore.
Or just keep the piece and then just leave them
Well,
somewhere.
What was the weight of the statue? The whole weight.
The
all
whole
the
way.
pieces. Yeah.
Excuse me. Right. While you collect. Well, you'll have to. It'll take if you're going to collect all the pieces together. It's going to take you a while. So I shall.
Yeah.
I shall tell you when you've done that. If you manage to find them all.
Okay.
So who is anybody helping Cade do that?
Picking up all the pieces?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Anybody else?
No.
I use an ability first.
Using an ability first. What's that?
Body.
Oh, you're healing yourself.
Yep.
I'll ask Shout for Fuka says I think you might need some help upstairs. Might need your healing abilities with the captain.
'Cause I've stabbed him almost to death. Or her, rather.
Lacerations more than anything. I didn't stabbed. As in stab. Shiv.
Okay. So, is that what it is? So what's the Fook doing then?
Well, I obviously lose high looks like in a pretty bad way, so I'll
Not as bad as I
concentrate on
was.
him.
He's just healed himself.
Yeah, no, I know.
Not fully like, but
So you get 8.
There's 2 tackling
I'll
codes.
that's
tokens.
I'll head up to see the captain first.
just one off Max then.
Head back up to see the captain and assess her situation.
Okay. Right, you find so Cade and tackling. Anybody else were helping collect all the bits together?
No, I'll just try to drag Fuka upstairs to heal the captain.
Okay, right, you managed to.
I'll help him, Phil.
You're going to help him. Okay, right, and you managed to
Yeah.
enlist a couple of reluctant crewmen into helping you as well. So, and Lou, Fafuk and Obold head upstairs. So you find the captain, of course, still locked in a cabin, hammering on she's hammering on the door.
Open the door, let her out.
Okay, right. She demands to know why she's been locked in a cabin and what's been going what's been going on.
I'll tell her everything. And while I'm doing that, I'll let Fafuk cast his healing spell on her.
Okay.
Well, I suppose the captain hasn't realised I'm a spellcaster just quite yet. So, I mean, if I do a medicine, do I think that it's just like a medicine check, just like bandage up a few puncture wounds and she'll be all right, or does she look a bit more serious than that?
Yeah, she's not really badly injured, no.
Healing kit.
I'll
And
explain
perform
that
a medicine check. Get a
Go on, Louis.
was going to say medicine check. Is that all right?
Yep.
And I'll explain that everyone started walking off deck, etc. And I managed to save her and the second mate. And then came up with the idea to try and shock them out of the stupor with pain, like the other bloke said. And it worked for a second mate, but for some reason she didn't come out of her stupor. And then, from my side, I went below deck.
It died to explain. Carry on.
So I went below deck and then found that statue had floated up to the lower deck, but managed to destroy it. And then when it was destroyed, everyone came out of their stupor. So I thought it best to bring the healer up here to check her out and check over the wounds. Make sure
Great
she wasn't
detail.
too bad.
Like punched it and then just grabbed it in 2 hands and just fucking nutted it into pieces. Like you can see where like the mark on his head where he just like fucking smashed it.
It's like the Blanca headbutt of Street Fighter.
Phil,
Yes.
why we are gathering the pieces. Is it possible I cast detect magic and just checking it over? I know
Yeah.
it takes 10 minutes, but I have 10 minutes there, sweeping up, just to gather. I mean, the pieces. Do they are they magical? Do they like that or not? Do I feel any magic, coming out from them?
Sailors, I think the sailors have realised that you're a spellcaster at this point.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'm not hiding it anymore.
So no, they don't radiate any magic whatsoever.
Okay.
Sorry.
And while we are doing this, you said some of the sailors are helping as well. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. I asked them, do you have a grain mill on board, on deck?
No.
Not even the tiny one with two, circular stones, no?
No.
So how do you make your bread?
So they have flour on board.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, that was just the idea. Yeah, sure. No worries.
Usually it's pre-mulled.
Right. Okay, so the captain listens with interest to what's been going off, and says, "I want that sailor locked back in his cabin." And I want that key returning to me.
That's fine. I think the thing had basically come to try and take him as the last surviving member of his crew.
Right, I want him secured in that cabin
Danger
now.
to anybody.
Right, she issues the order to Durgat, and he goes and carries it out. Basically, frog marches Angus back down to the cabin and locks him in. Although all the while is struggles and protests. It's quite clear.
The captain, why she wanted to lock him up.
I'm not having him wandering around. If he's in a danger if he's a danger to the ship and my crew, then I want to know where he is. If it comes to it,
How's he a danger?
well, you just told me that you suspect this thing came for him.
Yeah, I don't think it's him necessarily that's the danger. I think that thing had just tried to take him, but that danger's past now, hopefully.
Right. Well, my ship, my rules. He stays locked in that cabin. If there's any more problems, then he's over the side.
No problem with
It might be better
with
to
floating statues of creepy sea deities that are trying to mind control everyone, right?
It might be better just to drop him off at the next port we're at. It's Scant.
Sorry, did that come through?
Yeah.
I think that's the general idea. That's what she will do. But in the meantime, she wants him locked away.
Yeah.
Listen,
Scant should only be a few days away now anyway, I think.
yeah, and I think it doesn't do any harm for him if he's locked for a few days. It's not our business.
It's fine. He's fairly safe where he is.
Right. She thanks you for your assistance, but she'd appreciate it if you went back to being passengers now and let her and the crew get on with running the ship. Need to make sure not drifted off, gone too far off course.
Yeah, I'll say one of your crew lashed the wheel apparently once they realised what were happening.
Right. Okay, so she, like I say, she basically.
Yes.
What's that for?
Sorry.
Or was that just a random roll?
Performance. That was my performance of the Ballad of the Windborn check. I managed to get a 20 on it,
Oh, nice.
so I've maxed out my performance on it
Right.
compositionally.
Cool. Okay, so yeah. Well, I suppose you retire for the evening. Lulled to sleep by Fafook's epic
Okay,
melancholy ballad.
before we do that,
Uh-huh.
I like to cast alarm spell, just a tiny circle, and I put, this bag of broken statue in it.
Okay.
So if it's leaving, it should give me a. They are trying to cast it the other way how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
I get what you mean. Yeah, so I suppose you could do that. So you could put it in there, and if it moves, it sets the alarm off. Yeah.
Yes, and it says loud bell noise.
Yeah.
So it wakes my master and
Or-
myself.
I've got bad news for you, Cade.
I know the
There's a
spell
minimum
was
size that doesn't set it off. So unless the pieces are bigger than that size.
okay. My idea is if it formulates again and
Yeah.
makes it one piece, we are at least don't have a surprise round by the statue. That's my point.
Yeah.
No, you never know what's gonna be.
So, regarding the weight of it, it weighs once you've collected or as much as as many pieces as you can actually find, whether it's you found it, you recovered all the pieces or not, you're not sure. But it weighs next to nothing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Strange.
Next to nothing.
It's really light. I mean, obviously it's got some weight to it, but negligible.
Hmm.
Less than a pound.
Okay. Is there any running fire on board? Like lights or I don't know, kitchen fire or anything.
Well, there's lanterns on various places on the ship. There's a stove with a cook cooks.
Is that running 24/7 or only
No,
during the day?
No. It's only lit when it's actually in use.
Okay, so I might try something in the morning if it's possible. All right, we retire for the night.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything? Are you
Yeah.
setting a paranoid watch or?
No, I wouldn't till the morning. Set another one the next night because it's too late now.
Okay. Right then.
Oh,
What with that, Lee?
what rate do you get your hits back naturally without using any hit rolls? Any go on, what's it?
Hit dice.
Oh, sorry.
That is essentially the natural way of healing. If you but after a week, you're fully recovered regardless, unless there's any underlying conditions.
Probably rested so it wouldn't hurt to use a hit dice anyway, will it?
No, yeah,
Nah.
well,
No.
that's essentially like the natural, supposedly the natural healing process anyway. Obviously, you still need to use a healer's kit. But aside a week's worth of complete rest will fully restore somebody. Like I say, unless there's underlying problems. So yeah, I mean it'll count as a long. So this will count as a long rest. So you can spend a healing kit use and roll your hit dice if need to.
How many uses a healing kit have again?
10.
And of
Right.
course, everybody's resources.
I've got spells for days. Who
everybody's
needs healing?
everybody's class resources will be reset, so your chi points and whatever else.
Oh, I've just done a long rest and it's giving me all my hit points back without actually using the hit
Kits.
dice. We're on 43. Does it matter? Do you get all your hit dice back after a long rest anyway?
No,
Don't you?
no, you only no.
When do you get your hit points? When do you get your hit dice back then?
So you recover. Where is it now? Where is it now?
Only using one hit dice, and you're fully rested anyway. You get it back on the same go.
Let's have a look. During a long rest, character uses all remain unspent hit dice but gains maximum value for each one plus constitution bonus. If you have no unspent hit dice left, they cannot be healed without magical means. At the end of a long rest, a character regains half of their hit dice rounded up. So it's
Oh, so I'm fine anyway then.
so you'll rest and you'll get diminishing returns on your resting. So resting for 7 days, that's complete rest, replenishes all hit points and hit dice, barring complications due to disease or lingering injuries. So every day that you use it, that you have to use hit dice to rest, you'll get less back as it goes on. So you're eventually forced to retire temporarily and rest up properly, rest up fully. Of course, magical healing
Who wants cure
helps you
spells?
avoid that. Anybody need healing spells? For Fook says.
Nah.
No, I'm okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, so healing, magical healing will extend the life of your hit dice because you don't have to spend, you're not having to spend hit dice, so they'll last you longer. Okay. Where's the thing now? Where's that shrunk down? Right, so you wake the next morning to a clear, pleasant morning. There's no rain. There's fair winds, sending the ship on its way. You learn from from the crew that you should be no more than a day from out of Scant.
Can I do something?
Yeah, you've got the the whole day to do as you please.
Okay, so I search in the bag, where we collected the pieces. I'm looking for the biggest piece. Whatever the biggest piece is, I pulled it out,
Yep.
closed back the bag, and I walk to the kitchen.
Okay.
And I mean, I guess someone is there cooking or something, isn't it?
So yeah, the cooks usually hanging about in the kitchen, either cooking or preparing food to be cooked, or storing food.
Yeah. So I approach him, and I guess is the fire lit?
But what time is it? So it's a morning, so no, the stove isn't lit. And it's a she. It's Durena. Durena Rittingham.
Okay. So I introduce myself to her.
Okay.
And I ask her when you're gonna run the fire, please.
So it'll be when she starts towards about 11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I like to experiment with something, so I'll come back at 11. Thank you very much, and I leave.
Okay. Is anybody else doing anything?
Yeah.
No.
No. Fafu?
No, just spend the time meditating on deck and stuff.
Okay. Tackling and Fafu?
Spells very slightly.
I'll just randomly keep checking on Angus to make sure he's
Try
okay.
something called augury.
Oh, you got what? You're casting augury. Oh, you prepare. You prepare. Do you say casting?
You
or
can use geminate sticks, dragon bones, ornate cards. The question I have for you is, do I need those things, 25 gold pieces worth of the stuff to perform the divination, or can I use like my magical emblem to like swing around like a pendulum or something?
You've not dragged that other character to the new map, Phil.
It's alright, I weren't dragging anybody to the map.
It's still on the dark screen on Twitch.
Oh. Was it?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That purple tinted screen.
One second. That's weird on OBS. It should be right. I don't know why it's like that on Twitch then, because everything else is. Everybody's on the active scene.
Mhm. It's looking on Twitch. Everyone, it's still on that purple map.
Purple map.
Yeah, you know when you had us on the nighttime one before this one turned up.
So the ship in a purple background.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just everything's purple, dark purple.
Okay. I have no idea why that is then, because like I say, everything on OBS is fine. It's all. Is it still animated or is it just frozen? Oh, I can't hear you now, Kieran.
It's come on now. It's that far behind. It's only just had Cade's divination rolls.
Ah, right. It's just a delay then, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just the delays become bigger and bigger as it's gone on.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think it says you can use any kind of. So they're just examples. It says you can use any kind of divining tool. So it could be a divining. Well, I suppose divining rod wouldn't be. Has to be something that you could read something from. So just a. I think it'd have to be something more, something a bit more complex than just like a pendulum.
Is good or bad, good and bad, or nothing.
So,
and wise, don't move. So my question was, our previous agreement was as long as the stuff didn't cost any money, you were okay with me just using my holy symbol. But because they talk about money here, do you want me to actually have something worth that kind of cash
I
to?
couldn't see the bit about money. What is it saying? Oh yeah, 25 gold. Yeah, so you'll like I say you'll need.
Spell it just says.
Yeah, so you'll need something. It says it's got to be worth at least 25 gold as well. So yeah.
So if I have my holy symbol forged for me out of platinum
I would say it needs to be something more than
pieces,
that. So it's like something.
would that suffice?
I would say it's going to have to be something along the lines of where it's saying it, or it's something that you can read from, rather than just like a rather than just like having holding a holy symbol that's just like working like a pendulum. I would say it's going to be something you could actually read, like it says rune stones, or even just tea leaves. But obviously not tea leaves, because they don't cost 25 gold. So no, I
It
wouldn't
just
say,
says you receive
I wouldn't say the holy
an
symbol is
omen.
enough.
Okay, that's cool. No, that's cool.
There's got to be something that you
Sending.
can
I just use
read and
sending
get
once I know where.
from.
So I mean, it's probably with a longer conversation some other time. But in the meantime, I want to cast sending back to what's his face, the guy who sent us to Saltmarsh, to say thank you, Soldar, and of Scant, and we've had some strange encounter with some sea god idol totem, but we smashed it to pieces. So we're halfway through our journey.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
Right, you get a good luck sent back. So let's see, 24th. Where's my calendar?
Oh, I keep Angus Lee company and try and learn some sea shanties of him.
Okay, right, is welcome. Welcomes the company, and is although he spends a lot of time complaining about being mistreated by the crew when everybody's suspicious of him, and he'd like to at least be allowed to get some fresh air up on the deck sometimes.
It's only
Just
for a
another
couple of days,
day,
though, and
you'll
he'll
be
be.
able to find another ship in Scant. So Fuchs satisfied he's spent his time well.
Okay. Is anybody else doing anything during the day then?
I go back to the cook.
So you go, oh yeah, apart from Cade going back to see the cook.
So I.
Anybody else
pull
do
out-
anything before I do this with Cade?
No.
No.
No. Tackling?
No, just
No.
checking in on Angus. Make sure he's not going crazy.
Okay. Okay, right, keeping company between you and Fafuk. Right, so Cade returns to the galley.
So I just show her that piece of, the statue, and just want to ask her if I try to burn this in your, fire. If it's burning, is that okay with you?
You can make a persuade roll. No, she's not. She's not down with that idea. She doesn't want you tainting a galley stove with cursed rocks.
Fair enough,
Okay.
really.
All right. Back to the drawing board. Is it possible for me to make some kind of fire, on board without, messing up anyone's business?
Well, I don't know. You
Please
tell me
don't.
what.
Please don't. Please don't.
Sorry, I
Please
don't.
don't.
Don't. Okay. Sure. All right. I put it back, the piece into the bag, and just thinking about it. And actually, I hand my spell book to my master. You might want to learn some of this. If you are missing anything.
Okay.
Wow.
It gives you a condescending look, but it takes it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, just in case, you never know.
Beggars can't be choosers, you old hag.
Yeah, but I cannot tell this to him, because I respect him, okay? So,
You should do it in front of Fafuk. He'll say it.
no, I don't want, clash between us. No, thank you. And this is our business. This is real magic, not just this hocus pocus, what, other
It's probably
magic.
way safer to do this away from Fafuk.
Definitely. So, yeah, okay. I'm thinking about what to do with the statue, I mean, with the pieces.
Okay. So. So what are you doing? So are you spending your time up on deck or below deck, or what generally are you?
I'll be above deck most of the time.
Below deck in my cabin with my master.
Okay.
And I spend time with my companions, with my tiny dragon and my dog. They need me a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, keep forgetting about the dog as well. Yeah. How about tackling and Fafuk and Luhai?
Just work on my compositions, try and learn some she shanties? Sea shanties.
Okay.
I'm sure I had a gaming set of some variety. I'll just play that.
Okay. And will that be above or below deck?
What's the weather like?
It's scattered clouds, but mostly clear. It's sunny, quite warm.
I'll go above deck.
Okay. And Luhai?
Just monkey stuff, training, meditation, stretching,
Okay.
all that kind of stuff, all that jazz.
Rightio. Right. So as the afternoon drags on, it's sort of mid-afternoon, and you notice the normally fresh, bracing sea air becomes tainted by a stench of rot. That as the ship goes on over the next 5-10 minutes or so becomes so strong that you suspect that either many creatures or something of considerable size must have met its end nearby.
And the
Well,
stench is upstairs or downstairs?
Upstairs on deck. If you're up on deck, if you're below deck, you're unaware.
I'll have a look over the side, Phil.
Yeah, I will too.
So I can
Okay.
see anything in the sea.
Okay.
Me too.
Okay, you cast about, but you don't see anything. And then moments later, there's a shout from the crow's nest. Drawing everyone's attention to a large flock of seagulls circling a large shape floating on the surface a short distance away.
I'll just keep an eye on it as we get closer. See if I can figure out what it is, or if anyone points out what it is.
Okay, right. It's it's like a large sort of rounded shape in the water, but it's quite a way off. It's hard to tell from what it
Go
is
poke
exactly.
it with a stick, Obold. See what happens. Sharpen the
Jump.
stick. See what happens.
Just jump overboard and swim to it.
Just poke it really hard. I mean, what I think it is but I mean, if you're not a sailor, and even sailors, it would be a very rare sight. I mean, do any of the sailors know what this thing is?
Well, yeah, if you ask him, I suppose. So one of the sailors that's on lookout checks through the spyglass and reports it looks to be a whale, like a whale carcass.
When you come across a dead whale carcass that stinks so bad, do you just avoid it, or sink it, or stop off for snacks? I don't know.
Fill it full of
What do you do
dynamite
with
if you're American. Try blowing it up.
Spread it over a quarter-mile
Idiots.
radius.
There were no survivors.
Did you not see the footage of the one that exploded in Japan?
No, I
No.
saw the footage
They-
of the one that blew
they
up
had
in
it on the-
America.
No, in Japan's worse, because they found this dead whale. They popped it on the back of a flatbed
No,
to move it, and it was halfway through a village when it exploded, like proper exploded just from their gas. Just chunks of rotting whale just flew everywhere in the town. That's why I said poke with a stick. See what happens. Well, what do the sailors do when they find a dead whale?
Well, the ones that you speak to, they said they haven't actually come across one like in that far out to sea before, in that kind of state. They've seen plenty of whales that have been pulled ashore by whaling ships.
Was it worth investigating, or just keep going?
I actually don't think it's worth investigating.
I was thinking that, because if there's something big enough to take down a whale and leave it there, I don't want to be there when it comes back to decide it wants to have another snack.
Okay, so what you're going to do? You're going to voice your opinions to the captain or the.
Fufu's got to roll for
Oh,
this.
bloody hell.
Well, I'll voice my opinion. I think it's best to avoid it and leave it. Because if there's something that big out there that it can take down something that size, I'd rather not be around when it comes back to decide it wants a snack.
Okay, right. So the
Snack
captain.
on the whale anyway. It's dead. It's not going to fight back. I think we should get close. I think we should get really close and go see what it is, because I mean, it's such a rare sight. We should at least investigate.
It
No.
stinks. It stinks.
Then you're the one in charge. Let's go look at the big dead whale.
Okay, so who's wanting to go and see it, and who's wanting to avoid it?
Passengers, remember, not the bloody captain.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the captain's a dictator, so I appeal to his sensibilities. Please, can we go see the dead whale, please?
Okay, well, you can make a persuasion roll, and if somebody with the counter view can make a persuasion roll as well, see if you can influence the captain's decision.
I'll try and persuade her not to.
Okay, I already know what her initial opinion is.
5.
Oh! Oh wow!
Because I mean, you accidentally argue for it.
Thanks God I'm not there.
Wow.
Well,
What did you say then? It's fun.
Thanks God I'm not there. I'm not above deck. I'm below deck. Because of that roll of 1, remember?
Yeah.
Right. So the at first the captain was planning to avoid getting any closer, but somehow Fafuk manages to persuade her
Oh, fools.
to at least. She said, "Well, at least take so you can I'll get a little bit closer, but I don't want to get too close. Don't know what something like that could
Goody.
attract." So as the ship draws close to the source of the smell, it's no longer obscured by the undulation of the ocean. A few hundred yards off to the port floats the corpse of a huge blue whale. Seagulls squawk loudly as they circle its bloated mass, intermittently diving down to peck at exposed flesh, where terrible wounds mark the whale's body. As the ship comes about, you realise that there's several monstrous fish-like humanoids with grey mottled skin and webbed hands, feet, gills, and a fin tail that are moving across the carcass, wielding large, long-shafted blades, which they're using to slice at the whale's thick blubber, which they appear to be harvesting.
I'm running downstairs to get my spear.
While a much
Well, you want to help them?
while a female that's much larger than the others stands above them, seemingly overseeing the operation. There's also, as the ship draws closer, you can also see a large number of sharks circling the dead whale and jostling to tear bloody chunks from its flesh. What are you all doing?
People.
Absolutely nothing.
I'm getting my weapon and just standing on the
How close
the deck.
are we?
How close? About 300 yards away. So the captain, or rather the bosun, commands some of the sailors to man the ballista, just in case.
I'll say, does anyone know what they are?
I asked Captain.
One of the sailors, sea devils.
Uh-huh.
Official title.
Best avoided.
Or is that your nickname for them?
Right, the captain orders the helmsman to steer the ship away. And you see these as the ship comes sort of starts to pass it by, these creatures stop and stand on this carcass, keeping a careful eye on on your ship.
I wave to them goodbye.
Okay.
Trains that go past.
We'll just keep an eye on them.
Okay, right. They do exactly the same, watching you closely as the ship goes past, and after it's passed completely by, they go back to what they were doing.
That was brilliant.
Sorry.
How often do you encounter the sea devils? Often you encounter the sea devils.
Yeah, so one of the sailors says the last time the encounter came across them about a couple of years ago. Tried getting sneaking on board the ship at night. Killed one of the night watch crew.
So the hostile.
They can be.
Okay.
They look a bit similar to the statue, Phil.
No,
Taking a watch then.
I can show you what one looks like. I think that show it. Does that do it?
Yeah.
Who is another
Oh.
fucker?
He even gives you its name.
Oh, that's not supposed to help. Stupid bloody thing.
It's not the top one, it's the number 2. It's what I thought it were anyway, outside of the game.
Yeah,
I have no idea what they are. They look ugly, that's for sure.
I'm not going to use that anymore. That's stupid. It's just supposed to show you the art, not to tell you the name a bit as well.
As soon as you hover over it, it tells you.
Does it?
Oh no, it's stopped now. It did when it first came up.
Oh. Alright, okay.
No, it does.
Oh yeah, it does, yeah. Just leave your mouse.
No, it's
hover.
doing it for me. Just twitch your mouse over it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's at the bloody top right, left hand corner of the thing. Stupid thing. Stupid. There you go. Anyway. Oh, got 2 on there. Got 3. Can't get rid
Well,
of
that
it.
was interesting.
Okay. So,
You did with these creatures.
so again, sorry, Lou. What was that, Lou?
Has she ever traded with them?
No. No, she doesn't even know if that's possible. She's never heard of anybody who's dealt with him in a peaceful manner. Right. Okay. So that encounter skillfully avoided. You sail on. Okay. So the rest of the day passes without incident. The weather's good. The sailing's good. And the next day, there's still good sailing weather, and around about midday, you come in sight of the coastline, and within a couple of hours, the Wimborne approaches the port of Scant. Right, as the ship draws into the harbour, the first thing you notice is the harbour is dominated by warships, and there's numerous manned guard towers around the perimeter of the harbour. And when the Wimborne comes into the harbour, it's the ship captain stops the ship, and they have to wait till a smaller boat comes out. Somebody gets on board, and then captain's told, or rather escorted to where they can dock the ship. When the ship's docked, what's immediately apparent is the obviously large number of slaves that are visible working on the docks, doing manual labour, and there's slaves of all races, humanoids, humans, even monstrous creatures like gnolls.
Let's do the grind.
Everywhere you look, there's guards stationed maybe even every few hundred yards. At the end of every pier and every wharf, and you can see there's heavy guard presences on all the gates leading off the harbour. Right, so the captain reiterates a speech about she advises everybody to stay on board, don't leave the ship. If you leave the ship and you get into trouble with the authorities here, she's not going to do anything to help you.
Yeah, I got no plans to leave the ship anyway.
I did, and then I saw all the guards.
Right, so Captain busies about unloading various bits of cargo onto the dock, while the crew busies about doing any maintenance bits of maintenance on the ship that they're not able to do while the ship's at sea. Has anybody wanted to do anything?
Yeah, I'll just have a listen to the crew. Not
That's me.
obviously, but just see if there's anything that they chat about that they might have picked up.
Okay.
It's released.
How about everybody else?
No, not looking for trouble.
Casually observe the shoreline.
Okay.
I float the idea with the others. How about if I empty the shuttered statue into the harbor water through the cabin's window or something? What do you think of this? Because I was gonna buy something to burn it, but we can't leave to the shore. I don't want.
The general idea was that if it went into the water again, it might reform.
Hmm. Okay.
And it might come back onto the ship again.
And does Angus get released?
Yeah. So Angus, once they've loaded the initial bits of cargo onto the dockside, Captain releases Angus, and he's at this point he's a little bit reluctant once he realizes where the ship's docked. But the captain doesn't give him any choice. She won't allow him. She basically turfs him off the ship and won't allow him back on. So he sort of cautiously makes his way along the docks, and he doesn't get very far before he's arrested and marched off by one of the by one of the patrols.
Why was he arrested?
You don't know.
Chase after him, kid. Find out.
No, thanks. I'm not planning to leave the ship. Okay, that's no.
Lend him your power.
No, thanks.
Okay, so after the cargo's unloaded, the captain and first and second officers, first and second mate, go into a ready room and to discuss something. Whether it's plans for when they're getting underway or whatever, but they basically disappear into the ready room, leaving the rest of the crew. Leaving the rest of the crew to continue their duties or laze around on deck or whatever.
Do we have any metal dishes?
Metal dishes? There's
yes.
Possibly some metal dishes in the galley?
No. We. No, not the ship. We.
I don't know. I'm not the person to ask. I would ask
I asked the rest of my guys.
I'd imagine they'd be with just the general sort of stuff that we've got to eat with and stuff, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it in the mess kit?
I don't know. If you've got a mess kit, there might be something. You certainly wouldn't need.
Yeah.
If you're using rations, you certainly wouldn't need anything like that for eating rations. But if you've got mess kits, then it's probably going to have something like that.
A mess kit contains a cup and simple cutlery. The box clamps together. One side can be used as a cooking pan, the other as a plate or shallow bowl.
There you go.
So
it's a tin box.
Okay, I like to borrow that if it's possible. It might get destroyed. I warned you before. Is that okay?
I'd rather not have it destroyed.
I try not to, but you never know. It's magic.
Go on then.
So I'll take it to my, cabin. I put a smaller piece of the statue in it. I get some bucket of water as well, ready. And I fire a bolt into the tin dish, Let's see if it's burning the piece of statue. I don't want to burn the ship down or anything, okay? I'm just trying to and I try to hide all this activity.
Okay, so were you doing that in your cabin?
Yeah,
Okay, and what are you doing exactly?
I put down the dish on the floor.
Uh-huh,
I put a piece of the statue in it,
uh-huh.
and I fire a bolt against the piece of the statue.
Okay, right, it...
Actually not. Actually, sorry, I changed my mind.
okay.
Actually, I tried to lit a fire in the fire. I mean, in the dish, and I have a bucket of water ready. So just a basic fire, like I gather some materials, bed sheets, whatever, cut it up to pieces, and I just try to burn that piece. Is it burning, melting?
Well, yeah,
I'm
if you've
just,
got if you've got a
I'm just,
if you've got a tinder box, you can certainly set yeah, get something burning in the in the tin, I suppose.
so I'm just playing with fire, okay? I'm just experimenting. I don't want to burn down the ship or anything. That's, if anything is like that, I immediately stop, okay?
Okay, right.
Don't want to cause trouble.
It does give off quite a bit of smoke.
Okay, I dose it with water,
Okay.
and I examine the piece afterwards, once it's cooled down.
Okay, right. Apart from it being blackened, it doesn't appear any different. A bit blackened
it's
with
not-
soot.
Okay, all right. So I finish my experiment. I try to wash up the dish, and return it
Uh-huh.
to its owner, and back to the drawing board again.
Okay. Right. So, after you've been there for about a couple of hours or so, you notice some guards, or well, you're not sure if the guards or not. They're dressed in uniforms, but they're dressed differently than the guards that you can see everywhere else. And they approach the ship and approach ship and board it. They don't have to wait or ask for permission. They just come on board. As they clamber on board, you can see they appear to be monks.
Ooh.
There's four of them. They're all dressed in red robes. They wear like a sort of a medallion with the symbol of the Scarlet Brotherhood.
Uh-oh.
So Orbold and Lu Hai can make a sort of knowledge roll of some kind, I suppose. What could that-
History.
What would it come under?
Well, it's going to
History.
be maybe history. Yeah, I suppose that'd be close.
Religion.
It's an intelligence check basically. So if you've got some proficiency-
Religion.
Sorry. No,
Religion.
no, I won't say religion. No. Oh.
Ooh.
Wow.
Nat 20. You don't even need to try, Lee.
What? Intelligence ability.
Yeah. I just did an intelligence ability check. Because it's the same
I
as
won't
my
do.
history anyway.
I'm going to do one anyway.
Okay.
Get a 23.
Okay, that's sufficient as well. Okay, right. So you recognise them as being where are we? They call from a group called the Scarlet Sign. Just coincidentally, initials have SS. So they're the elite sort of order of enforcers of the Scarlet Brotherhood. So the Scarlet Brotherhood is mainly the upper echelons of the Scarlet Brotherhood are all monks.
Right.
And so the Scarlet Sign is kind of the like police, they're like internal police force that enforces, sort of like, well, the SS, essentially.
That doesn't sound good.
Okay, so they get on board without a word, without asking permission, and just and exchanging a few words quietly to each other. They break off and walk around, split up and start walking around the ship, and just opening doors, walking into the officers' cabins, opening barrels up and just tipping them over and emptying them onto the floor, and just generally ransacking the ship. Right, Captain.
I assume the captain's watching the performance.
Well, she's in the cabin, but the captain's alerted by one of the sailors, and she comes out and starts like, whoa, whoa, what's going on? But she quickly backs off when one of them approaches her and quietly says a few words to her, and she just backs off. So they spend about 10-15 minutes basically taking the top deck and the captain's cabin and the officers' cabins, just ransacking the entire place before they then sort of move to the lower decks. Once they've gone down, sorry?
Is there a way to assess their ability?
Assess their ability. Yeah, you could challenge them to a
Yes.
duel, I guess.
Yeah,
Go on, Lou.
I can't sort of like think. Well, have a look and think. Yeah, it's pretty handy. Type thing. You know what I mean?
No, I wouldn't say you'd be able to. No, not just like that.
To gauge their abilities.
They are rumoured to be like quite handy, quite tough, and supposedly, although you've not personally seen any evidence and you don't know if it's actually true, but they supposedly have mastered a talent called the Quivering Hand, which is essentially a death touch.
Rude.
I'd probably know about that anyway, wouldn't I?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You'll know about that. So, like I said, they disappear below decks, and after a few moments, the captain calls you over, or anybody who's actually, those of you that's up on the main deck, she calls you into a ready room.
Yeah.
So who would that be?
Me.
Um,
I'm still up on deck.
So you three then, I think.
Me?
Who else is up on deck? Who's up on deck? Cade's below deck, I think, is he?
Yes, I remained in my cabin.
So tackling, Fafuk, Luhai. I mean, Obald. How about Fafuk? Where was Fafuk?
is sound still gone?
Oh, has he lost his sound?
Yeah, it's been lost ages.
Oh, sound gone, Lou.
Let me
Oh,
try and
can hear you.
connect and
No, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh.
No, we lost you again.
Too late, he's gone.
It is upstairs.
Sorry? Oh, he's upstairs. Okay. I'll wait till he comes back, otherwise I'll not be able to hear us. Yep.
There you go.
Okay. Okay, so she calls the four of you into a ready room.
Follow her in then.
Ready room.
Okay. Right, she seems she closes the door behind you and she seems a little nervous. She says, "I'm gonna have to ask for your help again.
Oh, why?
I need you
No.
to dispose of those monks."
Do you mean
You're
dispose of them?
joking.
There's if we don't if they find something in the hold, we'll all be spending a lot longer in Scant.
The hole.
On that little island.
Yeah, it's supplies for the resistance.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
How many of them is there? 4?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Be suspicious if they don't come back off the shit anyway.
Well, it'll give us some time. You go and if you can take care of them, I can go and arrange for this for my contact to remove the stuff off the ship, and then we can while the crew gets ready to get us underway again.
You just need us to delay them.
Permanently, hopefully. Can't let them find find the supplies that are hidden on the ship.
You're going to move them, or you're going to get rid of them while we delay them?
Well, that's the plan. I'm going to pass them to the resistance. Otherwise, I'm not going to get paid. And if they find them, then none of us are getting paid, and we're going to end up in a jail.
Sometimes I just grab them and chuck them overboard.
But I can't. No, I can't. I can't do that. I'm afraid.
Why not?
I've got a contract. I aim to fulfil it. If possible, if at all possible, that's definitely a last resort. Can I count on you or not?
To be honest, you don't really leave us much choice. Because I doubt we'll be able to get passage on another ship, because I think we'll be arrested as soon as we get off the ship, same as the sailor were.
Oh, I can guarantee that. If you're uncomfortable about killing them, you don't have to kill them. Just restrain them. But if you're going to help, you need to do something quick, like now.
Had they all split up
They've all gone downstairs.
as a group?
Yes.
Oh.
So if you
Well,
act now, then we've got half an hour, half an hour, maybe a bit longer that it'd take for them to finish searching the ship.
Oh, you better start trying to get this stuff off the ship then, while we try to delay them.
I need you to engage with them first, then I can get the stuff off the ship while you're dealing with them.
We'll have to try and delay them, then Phil. Interfere and delay them.
Okay.
Well, I suppose you've still got that spell which can stop a person, have you? Or got it prepared for Fook?
I wonder if Alwyn could be of assistance.
Maybe, but he's below decks and he don't know anything about what's going off at the minute.
Yeah,
Although he probably will do shortly.
he's pretty handy at putting people, incapacitating people in it.
Yeah, well, they were just normal sailors, though. Just
There were
zero,
the
zero level
Zero level.
scrubs.
These are going to be skilled.
Yeah. This is going to be a mess.
Well, it is if we engage them.
So we know what the choke
fisticuffs.
points are, right, on the ship.
Oh, God. I can't get rid of that.
I'll get rid of what?
That token.
Immortal.
Oh, can you not see it? Maybe it's just on my screen. Weird.
Oh, you're on about the figurine?
Wandered
Yeah, it's
down
still there.
to see where the monks are.
Don't see it.
Yeah,
I
it's on
don't see
the
it.
lower deck. I can see it.
I can't see it.
No, I'm on about there's an Obold token on the lower deck.
Yeah, I
Oh.
can see that.
I can't see that. I've moved myself up onto the main deck
Oh, can't see
in
that.
the
Yeah, I can
in the ready room.
No, can't see that. I'm gonna have to reload it.
No, if you're on the
Just gonna reload the application. Oh, there you go. Now you are. Oh yeah, that idol's still there, isn't it? Go on.
Yeah.
whole person on at least two of them.
Am I allowed to talk or is that metagaming?
That depends what you're saying.
I'm not sure. I'm not there. So, all right, I just shut up.
So, put your kid in his cabin. I've lost the. All right, I'll just have to. So this is I've lost Olwyn's token for some reason. So Olwyn is temporarily a cursed.
Olwyn's true nature is revealed.
A cursed sea idol. Yeah, so Tacklin's not in the captain's bedroom. If Phil could have something to say about that.
She might have a thing for dwarfs. That's not like for folk.
Fook's in the cabin as well. Right, okay, so. Okay, so the SS is turning the lower deck upside down at the moment.
Oh dear.
Right, so these somebody starts hammering on your door, and when just as you're about to open it, it bursts open and a monk, a burly-looking monk in red robes, just sort of marches into the room and orders you to get out.
I leave. I walk out.
Okay.
By
Right.
asking what are you doing exactly? Who are you?
Says we are the Scarlet Sign. You have no authority to question what we're doing. Stay there and be silent, or get up on deck.
Okay, well, bye.
Olwyn sort of raises his eyebrows and shuffles towards the stairs to the upper deck.
I'm leaving.
I think we'll be better off making our way downstairs then.
Okay.
If we spot Olwyn and Cade when they come
When
up,
I
we'll
meet up with Cade,
Oh,
I'll switch into halfling and tell Cade we've been asked by the captain to delay these jokers
I asked.
or captive them for at least half an hour.
Okay. I asked back, do you have some rope?
there's going to be plenty of rope on the ship.
Plenty.
yeah. Yeah. That's
Okay.
one thing
I mean,
you'll have an abundance of.
I might be able to hold 2 of them. I answer back in halfling. I have a very good chance on that.
I'll pick 2.
Sorry?
Sure.
Sorry, I
Guys,
didn't.
shall we stop it here? I'm just aware that a combat with 4 monks is probably going to
Yeah.
take us over an hour.
Yeah.
So,
Well over an hour.
I'll need another thing token to. I'm going to use. I'll use this. I'll use dial. So, on top of all this, is anybody still up on deck at this point?
I've not made my way down just quite yet.
Right. So, while all this is going on, a man approaches the ship with a couple of slaves in tow that are carrying some various crates. Where is it? Lost my pieces. So it's a human, sort of in his middle ages, got extremely like almost waist length, straight red hair, and he walks with a staff, and you can see that his like spine is has got some kind of spinal injury or deformity, as he walks with a stoop, having to use a staff to help him walk. And he's ordering these slaves along to the carrot that are carrying these packing cases.
New passenger by any chance?
It looks that way, yeah. So he sort of gets gets on board, and Durgat approaches him, and there's a brief exchange, and directs these this guy directs these slaves to put these packing cases down, and then they go back. They leave the ship, leaving these packing cases and this guy on the deck, talking to Durgat.
Chaps, that's probably a good place for us to stop, I
Yes,
think.
I'm just going
Yeah.
to say I'm going to leave it there.
Are we playing on Sunday? Is it good
Yeah.
for everyone?
Yeah, I believe so. Unless,
Yeah, I'm free Sunday.
Okay. Okay, so Sunday. Thank you, guys.
All right. See you later.
okay.
Thank you,
Bye.
chap.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Good session.